Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, this beautiful country, and how we're going to fix both of those things together. We have the bill, people, the National Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act. We have it. It's going to make your jaws drop in an amazing way. You might even click your heels if you're physically able to do it. This one is going to bring a smile to your face and your heart. Make sure you guys share this one out, because what I'm about to show you deals gun controllers a blow, gives us a win in the gun rights, gives the federal government a blow to their gun control, and overall opens up an option from one of the same things the left likes to do to us. It's gold. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below. Please make sure you share this out, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on, because this is how we win. This is how we get our pound of flesh. This is how we hold the line like Spartans in 300 until they can no longer come at us. We reverse it, and now it's our turn. If you feel that way and you are ready to collect our rights back from those that took them from us, this is the channel for you. This is a place where we are going to pass our rights on to the next generation, and it starts with doing things just like this. This is not for people who put their hands up in the air and say they're going to take our rights. This is for people who say, abso-freaking-lutely, we're going to take them back. Check this out. And while you're doing it, make sure you go to our website, secondpress.co. If you believed everything that I just said, and that is part of your ethos, and you're going to pass those blessings on to the next generation, make sure you check out our website. It's completely free, secondpress.co. It's right down there in the description box. You can find Katie. You can find me and Tim. We are building a system to extrapolate freedom to the next generation, and it's completely free. All you got to do is put your email address in there so we can email you notifications and make sure you know what's going on. It's that simple. This is the freedom train, baby, and I hope you guys jump in. All right, let's get into this, because I am next level excited about this. Okay, so first thing I want to show you, HR 38 is what you're going to hear a lot of. This is where the fight's going to be. The gun controller is going to meet us on the field of ideological battle, and we are going to drive them back. But this is the one, and the reason I have this shown up for you, I've shown you before, there are now 124 current sponsors. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit for you right on her. There were 108 earlier today. There are now 124. The energy is rallying behind this, okay? Let me zoom out again. Let me get you over to the actual bill as promised. This is the actual bill, and when I show you the language in here, we're going to go through it. It's only 6 pages. So there's not that pork hidden money crap. This actually sets out to do and achieves what we want and gives us all the things I said in the intro. Guys, this is really good. Send this out. You're going to love it. All right, check this out. So here is the actual verbiage, the introduction, right here. To amend Title 18, United States Code, to provide a means by which non-residents of a state whose residents may carry concealed firearms may also do so in the state. One of the big concerns that we had was some sort of national reciprocity, like permitting system, licensing system. It is specifically not called for. They specifically go the other direction. And that, again, just watch this whole video, because this bill, there's a lot of stuff in here that's going to make you giggle. I almost guarantee it. But let's get into it. As you can see, I just showed you this right here. It's the Concealed Carry Firearms Act, made use of in the state. I just showed you that. This act may be cited as the Constitutional Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act. We're moving, people, but let me show you what they're doing. Okay, again, everything's linked if you want to check this out yourself. Reciprocity for the carrying of certain concealed firearms. That's right here. Let me walk you through this. Notwithstanding any provision of the law in any state or political subdivision thereof, except as provided in subsection B, and subject only to the requirements of this section, a person who is not prohibited by federal law from possessing, transporting, shipping, or receiving a firearm, who is carrying a valid identification document containing a photograph of the person, and who is carrying a valid license or permit which is issued pursuant to the law of a state. Right here, of a state. This is specifically stated that it's not federal. This is all state level. This is state A to state B. This is constitutional carry in Florida, constitutional carry in California. You got a concealed carry license in, I don't freaking know, name it, Nebraska? Well, now you got a freaking constitutional carry in California. That's what this is. Whatever state-issued concealed carry license you have, it's now good in all 50. All 50. Guys, this is a really big one, and it emphasized a state. That's why I showed you that. But let's continue. Again, so many goodies. In which permits the person to carry a concealed firearm or is entitled to carry a concealed firearm in the state in which the person resides, may possess or carry a concealed handgun other than a machine gun or destructive device that has been shipped or transported in interstate or foreign commerce in any state at all. Okay? So you can, oh, guys, this is so good. Constitutional carry in your own state now goes to other states. The big advantage, obviously here, if you live in a free state like 29 constitutional carry states, you now have your freedom in any state, regardless of their own stupid standing laws. This will overwrite and supersede all of it. Guys, this is a really big deal. Again, let's get to the goodies. So here's the ifs, all right? So it can't work if the state has a statute under which residents of the state may apply for a license or permit to carry concealed firearms, or, excuse me, it does work. I apologize, I said that wrong. Or does not prohibit the carrying of concealed firearms by residents of the state for lawful purposes. This section shall not be construed to supersede or limit the laws of any state that permit private persons or entities to prohibit or restrict the possession of concealed firearms on their property. So they put in the property rights. If you don't want someone with guns on your property, you can't have guns on their property. You know where that's going to go. That's going to go malls, corporations, individuals. That's where it's going to go. And then 2, prohibit or restrict the possession of firearms on any state or local government property, including installation, building, or base. So there's the normal stuff that already exists. Courthouses, bases, building, like that's what you're going to see that, okay? That already exists. But C, a person who carries or possesses a concealed handgun in accordance with subsections A and B may not be arrested, here's where it gets real sweet, or otherwise detained for violation of any law or rule or regulation of a state or any political subdivision thereof related to the possession, transportation, or carrying of a firearm unless there's probable cause to believe the person is doing so in a manner not provided for. The state cannot arrest you or detain you for doing this. It's clear as crystal. You cannot be arrested for concealed carry if you have the concealed carry license from Georgia and you fly into South Carolina or you drive into South Carolina. You cannot be arrested because all states have to honor each state's concealed carry license. That is exactly what that just says, unless probable cause exists. Obviously, it's a different thing, and that's in place already. But let's continue. Presentation of facially valid documents as specified in subsection A is prima facie evidence that the individual has a license or permit as required by this section. And I can never say that phrase, prima facie. I always feel weird saying it, so if I mispronounce something, sorry, it's just in my brain. I'm like, I got words. Anyway, let's continue. When a person asserts this section as a defense in a criminal proceeding, the prosecution shall bear the burden of proving beyond a reasonable doubt that the conduct of the person did not satisfy the conditions set forth in subsections A and B. When a person asserts this section as defense, if they're arrested, the state prosecutor has to provide the burden of proof. They have to say all these bad things about you, which is the way that it should be, because they just said earlier, you can't be detained or arrested. Good luck. Again, here come the lawsuits against them. Listen to this. When a person successfully asserts this section as a defense in a criminal proceeding, the court shall award the prevailing defendant a reasonable attorney's fee. So now there's a penalty for the state. If they go after you and they can't prove what they're trying to assert, they have to pay your attorney fees. Uh-oh, now there's a consequence for your infringements. Let's keep going. It gets, oh my God, it's so much better, guys. I'm so amped. A person who is deprived of any right, privilege, or immunity secured by this section under color of any statute, ordinance, regulation, custom, or usage of any state or any political subdivision thereof may bring an action in any appropriate court against any other person, including a state or political subdivision thereof, who causes the person to be subject to the deprivation for damages or other appropriate relief. We just took the leftist game of civil action for you carrying a gun and we flipped it on its head. And now if you deprive us of our rights, you're going to get sued. Not only the individuals, not only the prosecutors, but also the state. Guys, this is awesome. Let's continue. Again, we're not even halfway done with all the goodies. Let me show you the other goodies that are nestled in here in only 6 pages. The court shall award a plaintiff prevailing in an action brought under paragraph 1, which is what I just showed you, damages and such other relief as the court deems appropriate, including a reasonable attorney's fee. So the court is actually going to mandate these people pay you. Oh, this is sweet. Okay, so now we're going to go through what is actual identification. Again, this is more evidence to the state. Listen to this. The term identification document means a document made or issued by or under the authority of the United States government, a state, or a political subdivision of a state, which, when completed with information concerning a particular individual, is of a type intended or commonly accepted for the purpose of identifying individuals. All it means is if the state issues it, that's, again, not a national or federal, that's a state identifying document. That's more assertion into the idea that they're trying to do state level, not national registry, national license, national permitting system. This is all recognizing state to state. This is state to state level, not federal to state. All right? That's a really important part because we talked about poison pills earlier. This is the part where they backhand them so good. It's so delicious. The term handgun includes any magazine for use in a handgun and any ammunition loaded into the handgun or its magazine. They just circumvented magazine limit bans. Guys, this is not just a concealed carry bill. This is a backhand to the left and a retribution for the last 4 years on all the tricks they've tried. This not only gets rid of their overzealous licensing schemes, this also overwrites their mandated mag limits. Number 10 ain't no number anymore. Now it's whatever the magazine works. Oh, they're going to lose their minds, and we'll be right here to cover all of it. Again, one more piece of goodness. A person who possesses or carries a concealed handgun under subsection A shall not be subject to the prohibitions of section 922, which is the gun stuff. A person possessing or carrying a concealed handgun in a state under subsection A may do so in any of the following areas in the state that are open to the public. Here we go. Listen to it. Listen to it. Taste it. Delicious. Let it feel it on your palate. It's going to be awesome. How about a unit of the national park system? So any national park, concealed carry. A unit of the National Wildlife Refuge System. Public land under the jurisdiction of the Bureau of Land Management, which is a big deal because that is a very large amount of space in the United States. Land administered and managed by the Army Corps of Engineers, same thing. Land administered and managed by the Bureau of Reclamation, and land administered and managed by the Forest Service. You just picked up parks, you just picked up Bureau of Land Management, and you picked up forests. Guys, this is a massive win as it is currently written. You know how the sausage making process works. We'll keep you updated. Again, make sure your subscription's on and your notification bell is on. We will follow this because this is going to be the one. This is going to be the push that goes from House to Senate to potentially out of the Senate. This is the one that everyone's rallying behind. GOA, NSSF, NSSF, GOA, NRA, all of them. They're all going behind this one. And to be honest, it really seems like it was written by a pro-gun advocate. Anyway, let's continue. Got a little bit more. For clerical amendments, the table of sections... that part doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Severability. This is a big one, and then I'll show you how long it takes. Notwithstanding any other provision of this act, if any provision of this section or any amendment made by this section or the application of such provision of or amendment to any person or circumstance is held to be unconstitutional, this section and amendments made by this section and the application of such provision or amendment to other persons or circumstances shall not be affected thereby. Basically saying if it's constitutional, we'll keep it. If it's not, we won't. Wouldn't it be nice if gun controllers did something like that? Anyway, effective date. 90 days after the date of the enactment of this act. They signed this, guys. Within 90 days, you have the ability to sue a state, to sue the prosecutors. You have constitutional carry from state to state. You have the magazine limit bans blown out of the water. You have carrying in federal lands like Forest, BLM, Park Service, just to name a couple. And they can't arrest you or detain you. And if they do, you're going to sue them out of existence. Guys, it's time to get rallied behind something because this is the one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below. Please hear me on this one. Send this one out because this, you've heard the term time for our pound of flesh. This is about 10 pounds of flesh. This is a really big one, guys. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments field. Send this out and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.